Boxing King Media, powered by BYD. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Regis Prograis out here in Manchester. Regis, how are you, and how was your flight down?
I'm tired. I'm tired. Everybody can see, bro. I've been doing, like just tired interviews right now. Yeah, the time difference getting me, and I barely sleeping. So I'm tired right now. But I'm here. I'm doing what I gotta do.
Before I talk about this fight, the last time I saw you speak was the post-fight press conference against Devin Haney. You said some amazing things in that press. I don't know if you remember or not, but I made a little clip about it. I think you said that you walked into the changing rooms and your family members and team members were crying, and you basically just gave them like a really nice speech about it's boxing. You win some, you lose some. Did you carry that kind of mentality into this training camp? Are you going to carry it into this fight?
I mean, what you mean about win some, lose some? But like,
Yeah, I mean, in the sense of like, when you take a loss like that, obviously you're downbeat, etc. But you kind of dealt with it like a proper man.
of course, I mean, listen, bro. At the end of the day, it's just boxing. I think a lot of people, they put they put maybe too much on it, but it's just, bro. At the end of the day, it's just boxing, man. You train your ass off, and you do what you gotta do, and at the end of the day, sometimes you gonna win, sometimes you gonna lose. That's it. You can't control. Like, what you can't control is like what you do, and you train as hard as you can, and you go out there and perform, and that's it.
I think the point I was trying to make was sometimes fighters will say like, I was injured, this wasn't great, that wasn't great, but I didn't hear none of that. What I heard was like it was respectful.
Right. I mean, I can say things in camp, but at the end of the day, bro, like, I don't. For me, bro, I don't think people want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I had things going in camp, and certain things, but like, bro, like, I lost. That's it. I'm gonna say I lost, and I'm not about to just keep. People just don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through some type of thing, but I'm not about to say it. I leave it. My people can. If people want know it, they can hear it from somebody else, but you're not gonna really hear it from me.
And what I also like about you is the fact that you're always after the best and the biggest smoke. You don't want no warm up fights. Most fighters, when they take a loss, they normally have like an interim fight, but you kind of just waited around for the right opportunity, and you're fighting a guy that's on the up. Even before him, you was fighting big names back to back. Why do you feel like you need to do that? Because when you can sometimes take easy fights.
Well, I mean, for me, bro, like, I want, my goal is to be a 3-time champion. That's what I really want to do, to be a 3-time champion. And well, what was supposed to happen is I was supposed to fight Matias. That was supposed to be the next fight for me. Try to get the Matias fight, and then he lost to Power. And obviously, if Power got the belt, I kind of moved on from Matias. I wanted to fight Power, and then they told me that's not gonna happen. So I feel like this is the biggest fight in the division without a belt. And that's why we here right now.
What do you think of Jack Catterall as a fighter? Obviously, you guys have got some common opponents. Tyrone McKenna. I don't know if you watched his fight with Tyrone McKenna. Then obviously Josh Taylor as well. What would you take from them fights?
I feel like, man, like, well, with the McKenna fight, I just know, I stopped McKenna, and he didn't. He went the full distance with McKenna. But as far as like rate him as a fighter, I mean, regular fighter, I don't see nothing really too special about him. But at the same time, like, I'll have to, once I get in the ring, then I'll really see. It's hard to rank for me. I don't rank the fighters. I rank the fighters on your opponents. And like, if you look at his resume, he doesn't have a strong resume of opponents. I think like he had the Josh Taylor thing, and that's really it. If you be honest with yourself. So, but at the same time, I think he is a good fighter, and he is the biggest name right now without a belt. So that's why we here.
Have you changed anything from your fight with Devin Haney, like trainers, anything around your camp? Because sometimes people change things. What have you changed?
Y'all see him fight night. Yeah, y'all see him fight night. But I definitely did some changing and stuff like that. But the main thing, man, honestly, brother, it's my mind. Sometimes I get in the way of my own self. I feel like, man, like, I became a 2-time champion by being me, and then I try to go away from being me. So it's just, man, just getting back to being me, and that's it. A lot of people told me that, man, like, bro, dude, even my people right here, like, man, like, do you, bro? Like, you got here because of you did you. Don't try to be nobody else. And sometimes I did that, and now it's just like, man, like, on August 24th, I just have to go out and show out and be me. That's it.
One of the things I want to ask you, Regis, is you did that really nice speech at the end, and I think that inspires a lot of upcoming boxers who take losses early in their career. When you walked away from that situation, you went back home the next day when you probably digested what happened. How was you then? Just curious to know.
I was cool, bro. Like, man, like, I don't know why, but like, after I lose fights, I be cool. I don't be tripping about, cause like you really can't do nothing about it, you know. Like I mean, but I go train. I definitely like mentally. What I do is I always like it's just I'm hungry, you know. After a loss, I get way more hungry and stuff like that. But you can't change the outcome of the fight. It already happened. You know what I'm saying? You can't change the past. So what I did is I chilled for a little while and shit. I went back to the drawing board and you know I was like, all right, we did this and we got to prove some things, and that's what I did, improve some things, um and that's how I always do.
Last question I've got for you. Obviously, your opponent Devin Haney and the Ryan Garcia fight. Just as one question, what do you make of the outcome of that fight? What's happened afterwards with all the antics that Ryan's been involved in, the drugs ban? It's been the most maddest 12 months ever.
It's a circus, bro. That whole situation is a whole circus. I like with all parties involved, man. The whole it's just a whole circus. All that's going on. I don't really want to, you know, like concentrate on that because for me, I have a fight going on. You know, before I had a fight, yeah, I would talk about it and speak on it. But now, like man, I got my own fight going on. So man, I leave them right where they at. You know what I'm saying? They figure out what they gotta do. Devin gotta figure out what he gotta do. Ryan gotta figure out what they gotta do. But it's just like all that going on is just like a big ass circus right now.
You doing your camp in Texas?
Between Texas and Vegas.
Well, I wish you all the best, Regis. Unless there's anything else you want to add, thank you for your time.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.